Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are going to do our tag. Is it, I think it's week 37. Yeah, same as my what's it called, my weekly challenge. So we're doing the fabric weaving, so I think I'm going to keep my background fairly neutral. Just going to trim this one down. I normally like to keep the fluffy edges, but this one was a bit wonky. So I hope you're all well. So here, I'll keep that bit there. I'm going to stitch it onto this base here because I find that easier. Put that one there. Okay, put that over there. Let's see what else we've got. So I like to sort of, change my colours up as I go. And I was hoping I had a bit more old stuff here, but I don't. Oh yes, here we go. We have these. Oh, this is beautiful old hemp, so we'll put that. I try and cut them more or less the same width, but I just eyeball it. So I'm doing my vertical ones. So I'll probably fit 3 across. And what other colour will we have? I cut some of this. I just painted this fabric. Not today, I just painted it another day. We might have a piece of this. And that will go there. Okay, so we've got our 3 colours. I might do what Anne did and just attach them at the top so I'm not losing them all the time. Normally, I've done lots of fabric weaving because I learnt it from Jude Hill, Spirit Cloth. And many years ago, like probably 10 years ago, she was the first slow stitcher I ever watched. And normally I would just pin it and stitch it all. But I think I'll put this in the centre and I'll just attach it at the top. I might put a pin in there. And maybe I'll then pin this one. I'm going to keep them all different lengths. Okay, so I'll stitch these. So Anne I think she did hers on a hoop. I'm not going to do that because I'm not that organised. That's the only reason why. Okay, and then that one there. So I'm just going with this, the colours. I'm really just going with what I've got in these scraps. Now then what we can do is I will pin that on my mat so it'll be easier to weave in the other ones. Okay. Right. It's a bit of a fiddly business doing fabric weaving, but it is a lovely effect. Okay, so my thought was if I just stick a pin in there, where's the other pin gone? Did I put it over there? Stick one in there, and not that one, this one. Stick those in there, then I can do my weaving, you see. Now, let's choose some more. I don't want to go with too much colour, but I can have a bit. So I think I'll cut this one. And they don't all have to be the same. You can do them. So just also think about what pattern do you have. I'm going to just have that there. What pattern do you have on your fabric? Like I want to see that flowery bit there. So I'm putting that so I can see it. And then, oh, I know what else I wanted to include, which is fun. Let me just find it. That one. Maybe this. No, not that. This one here. I'm going to put a bit of lace in my weaving, but that one's not quite wide enough. Oh, is it? Maybe I would like the little bit of that one. Well, it's going to be mostly covered, so maybe I'll have this one. See, what I might do here, I don't normally do this, but I didn't have this mat before, you see, so I couldn't just pin it in place. And then I want to have this one on top and that one on top. Slide that up in there, trim it off. And you've got to put them up flush next to each other. I'm sure you watched Anne's video, so you know how to do this. That's that. Okay. And then we might have, oh, what about a piece of this? So I am going to cover up that colourful bit on the on this fabric, because this is the one that goes up now. So that's going to be covered, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Okay. And then we might have a piece of this one, I think so. Oh, again, it's going to be that one. Or maybe I want to switch it. Let's see what it looks like if I switch it. Yes, I'll put that there. And then this one here. I move that pin there. So I've got to lift this one and this one. Oh, I've made a boo-boo now because I have that there like that, so I need to have a piece going in here as well. Okay, sorry guys, because I've got 3 of the same on the top. Now I need to just, what I need to do is slide this one up right to the top. I know I stitched it, but that needs to go up there. Okay, and then I need this one to slide up. If I can manage it. What's happening here? Okay, so that's that. Then this one needs to go underneath, and that needs to slide up to there. Okay, and then we have to have one more piece. Let's make sure these are all in. Okay. And don't want that anymore. So you don't use very much for this. I said I'm keeping it neutral, so I might put a piece of this in. Just a minute, do I prefer this? Oh, I could have another piece of that one. No, I think I like this. I'll go with my original choice, so I'm just going to cut that. And that needs to go like that. Okay, so that's my little woven piece. So now I need to pin them. So then I need to lift the whole thing up, and then I will be able to stitch it. Okay, so now I'm going to grab that thread that came unthreaded, and I am going to stitch all my bits down. And to do that, I'm just going to do a few rows of sort of invisible stitches. Because I don't like things being puffy. I like them to be stitched down properly. I don't know if I'm explaining myself. See, just a few little scraps can look very pretty when you put them together. And I like in the woven fabrics inserting a little bit of lace, and you could also insert like little you know, if you've got an old embroidered vintage sheet, you can cut out strips where the embroidery is, where there's little flowers, and you can have little embroidered flowers peekabooing through. So I think I'll go along here. So did I ask how everyone is today? I hope you're all well. I had done a little video yesterday, not a long one. I was very tired yesterday. I don't know what it was. I just literally found myself feeling really, really tired. I think it's the shock. Because remember, well, it's the same in many places, not all places, but in Italy, pretty much since March last year, school's hardly been opened. Only elementary school and middle school were going most of the time, except for a few times that they weren't going to school because of you-know-what. Whereas most high schools were closed, except for ones that had sort of laboratory sort of workshops, like Lulu's was one. So sometimes she would go 2 days a week, and sometimes she wouldn't go at all, sometimes only once. So we're not used to the getting going every morning. Like I always get up most mornings pretty early, but yeah, we're just not used to it anymore, the routine. And so I don't know, maybe yesterday I felt tired because of that. So I just couldn't get myself going. But I did do a little video, but I forgot to post it, so I'll post it tomorrow. Once I've done my video, I sort of relax, and then sometimes I forget to put it on YouTube. Now, it can be a little bit of a fiddly business, as I mentioned before, doing this, but it is very nice, very effective. Pull that one out. Ow, stabbed myself. And I really think that, you know, when you stitch your fabric down properly, it just has a really nice look to it. It sort of becomes like one piece, and it doesn't take you that much longer to stitch it down properly. So I do think it's well worth the effort. And then you sort of have the freedom to do whatever you want with it, because it's like holding one piece of fabric in your hands, and you're not feeling like it's precious, or, you know, anything's going to fall off or come out if you didn't maybe capture it properly. I need some more thread. Oh, here it is. So that actually needs to, just remember where your bits are meant to go as you're going along. You might just pin those. No, I don't like that pin's annoying me. Let's get rid of it. So I'm going to come back across here. I'll fix that in a minute. I just want to capture this one because it seems to be moving about a little bit, and it's kind of annoying. I keep getting tangled on everything. So yep, Lulu's back at school. She seems pretty happy about it, and you know, she's back out trying to get the sense of normality back in her life, because she's been locked up for a long time. It'd be a little bit of a shock to the system, I think. Okay, I'm going to take that pin out because I want to jiggle this one over a little bit more. The reason why I'm not going around the outer edge first is because if I do it this way, then at least I know that they're sitting flat, and there's not going to be anything sort of bulking up, if you know what I mean. Puckering, I don't know, what's the word? You know what I mean. Like I'm stitching them down. I know I'm stitching them down fairly as flat as I can. And that one needs to come over the top. I'll whiz across here. There we go. And then I'm going to see where it's all lifting there. I don't like that. So I'm going to come back and just run down there. I'll run across there a little bit just to fix up those bits, but I'll turn the camera off when I do that. You don't need to see me do that because otherwise we'll be here forever. Whoops. And then we'll go back across here. Oh my goodness. I am tangled. I am officially tangled. There we go. Okay, so there's just a few areas. I'm just going to jump back here and I'm just going to do some stitches down here. Jump over here just to stitch down my edges a bit better than what they are. Oh, I wasn't going to show you that, was I? Ha. And this one, it was that one. Did I stitch that one down? I think I did. I need to stitch this one down. Just looks better if it's all stitched down properly. Well, that's my opinion anyway. I'm nearly there now, so I've just left the camera on. It didn't take long to do that. One more. Okay, and there's my little woven piece. Oh, that'll just glue down. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to trim off the extra bits. I like those sticking out. So that's going to go on there. I don't even mind the blue peeking out. Now, I was thinking, I think I'm going to put some sort of, I might put a heart on there, but I'm going to use the negative space. Don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know if I've got the right fabric here. I don't think I want pink. I could cut a heart out of that and see. No, not that. Maybe I should cut it out of this. So to cut my heart, I don't want it too wide. I need to trim it down a bit further. So I fold it over. This is a rectangle, obviously. I fold it over and hold it. Then start, and then I'm just going to cut the heart shape. So I'm going to start here where it dips. And then I might not like it. I might have to change my mind. But anyway, now I've got my, now that's too big up there. So, or you could put that on, something like that, but I think I'm going to put this on like so. Now, do I want that colour? I think so. Or this one, or that one. Oh, here's a piece of linen. I might prefer that. Let me just cut out the linen. Well, that was a wonky heart. It's too wide, that one. I do prefer the linen, but it's too big. And then I could cut this one out. I'll use it for something else. I did chuck it over there, but I will use it for something else. I'm just going to cut this one off and see if I might like, this is a Japanese fabric. It's like a waffle sort of weave. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go with the hand painted one. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to stitch it on. But now while I'm doing that, I'm thinking, what if I want a smaller one? No, I don't want it that small. I'm just going to cut out a smaller one and see if I want it smaller. So one time when Lulu was little, I was trying to teach her how to do this. She wanted to know. Poor thing, and she snipped her finger. Well, I mean, I'm giggling. It wasn't that. It wasn't such a travesty. I think I like the smaller one more. She wasn't like, she didn't do anything really bad. It was just a little bit painful. But I did feel guilty, I will tell you that. I felt like a terrible mother. Okay, so let's put that there. I'm just going to stitch around the edge of that, and then I'll do some other stitching on it, I think. Nothing too exciting, I think. I'll just show you. I'm just going to whip stitch around the edge like this. On the around the outside and around the inside as well. So I'll pause the camera, do that, and then I'll come back. Okay. So I've stitched down my heart, and I've just glued a piece of paper down there. That just happened. It's just what I did. I just stuck it on there. I'm wondering if I want just a little snip of this somewhere. I'm just going to see to make my top bit a bit more interesting. Do I add that there? Do I? Maybe a little piece. Yeah, I'm going to stitch that on there. It's a bit like a collage. I've got a tiny piece of thread left here, so I will just run through the center of that to hold it in place. Okay. And now I need to get my embroidery floss out. Right. I think I want those. Those are silks. We don't want silks. This is the one, or that one, or this one. Maybe that one. I think this is one that my mum gave me. I'm not sure. I get this needle. I only picked this one up because it looks a little bit thinner than the other one, and it's got a bigger eye. And I am going to just do row, and it takes a while to do this. I'm going to do rows of running stitch. I think I wanted a thinner thread than this, but anyway, let's have a look. So I'm going through quite a lot of layers here, so I'll just have to do it like this, I think. I actually feel like this thread is too thick. And it's midday. They are the midday bells. So I just glued the piece of paper on with a bit of glue stick. I think that's too thick. So I'm going to end that off and get a different one. I'm not going to take it out. It's just a tag for me. It's not, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. But I don't want such thick thread. So I can't find my other one. Where is it? Maybe I've got beige in here. I normally keep beige in there. That's wool. I don't want wool. No, I don't have any beige in there. It's in my other one, which I can't find. I've got no idea where it is. It must be in the other room. No, it's not here. Got these. Maybe I'll use this. This is thinner. I'll use this one. Doesn't look thinner though. It looks similar, that one. Oh no, it's a tiny bit thinner. We'll use that one. I prefer it. As I said, I'm not concerned that I've changed. Oh my goodness, come on. The other one was thicker, and I threaded it straight away. Okay, so let's go back in the other direction. And I might, you know, sort of come off there. Oh, it's very similar. tiny bit, maybe tiny bit thinner than the other one, but it is what it is. We're just going to get on with it. I seem to be pulling it through a little bit easier than I was. I never like what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Like, I'm not liking it right now, but I will persevere. I like the weaving and the heart. I'm not liking the stitching. So then I'll come across again, and then I'll pause it and finish this bit off. Oh my goodness, come on. It's not for the faint-hearted going through all these layers, I'll tell you that. Just jump across here, because I'm only stitching on my heart frame, shall we call it. What I'm going to do is do my little row of stitches. One stitch here, I think. There. And then come back up here. Okay. I told Mum I wasn't going to do a video. I was just going to do it off video and then come and tell you guys what I'd done, because I didn't feel like doing a video. Sometimes I don't feel like videoing the stitching. But then I don't know, found my mojo and turned the camera on. So now I need to work my way down the sides here. I'm starting to like it. You see, this is what happens with the rows of slow stitching. When you first start them, you don't like them, but as you get more rows, you start to like them. So I'm going to keep these stitches little. I want to get, you know, at least 2 stitches down the side if I can. So I'll just come off the edge here. Maybe I'll do one row I'll do 1 and 1 I'll do 2. Very hard to get through the 2 layers, as you can see. Not 2 layers, there's many layers. And then as it gets wider, then you add more stitches. I'm just showing you going down the side. I'm going to jump over here. And this one I can probably fit in 3 stitches. Or 2, no, maybe 2. I'll do 2. And the next one I'll do 3. Not easy going through the lace. I've broken needles before doing this. Like the eye of the needle just snaps. Come on. I am stuck. How'd you come? Come on. There we go, got you. Okay, so I'm going to persevere and finish all my stitching around the edge of my heart, and then we'll see what else to do. Okay, I'm going to pause you. Okay guys, so I've been gone about half an hour. I finished off stitching around, and all I did here was just go around the inner edge of my heart. I was thinking I might put this here, or I could put it up there, and I think I like it down here on the bottom of the paper bit there, and I think I will just stitch it on with regular thread, not embroidery floss. It took me probably about half an hour to do all of that. I sat and watched Jessica Rapp's journal video that she's just made something like 50 journals and put them in her shop. She's from 2 Silver Oranges on YouTube, And so I watched her video showing these journals that she made. I can't believe you made so many, Jessica. And then I started watching Carol Laws's video. But then I finished my stitching, so I thought I'd better come and finish my video, and I'll finish watching Carol's video after as a reward. So here we go. So I'm going to stitch this down, and I'm just going to use regular thread, as I mentioned. And I tell you what, my hand nearly fell off because it's so thick, and going through where the lace is really tough. So just be aware of that. I probably could have used some pliers at some point. Now in here you could also do a little embroidery if you wanted to, but I think I'll call it a day after this because I think I've done enough. It's just for me. Some little lazy daisy flowers would be cute in there, but I'm not going to do that, as I said. We don't want to cover up all of the weaving because that's what it's all about. Certainly gives you a nice, interesting background to work on, rather than just, you know, one plain piece of fabric. And with the weaving, the possibilities are endless. Oh, wouldn't you know, we've unthreaded ourselves on the home stretch. On the home stretch, we have lost the plot. Here we go. Okay. Well, I'm glad I ended up doing my video. If it could happen, if I'm not feeling it, I might just do it off camera and then come on and explain what I did, and if there's anything particular, I could do a little demonstration. But sometimes it's just like I feel a little bit of pressure. Not that you guys don't put pressure on me, I put pressure on myself. But anyway, today that's what I've done. There's my tag. So what I need to do is I'll just hop off here. I'll just go off screen a second. I'm just going to put glue all over my tag. And glue it down. But I don't want to get it on my felt mat, do I? And that's where it goes there. I don't want to cover my hole. So it's going to hang off the bottom and off the edges. Now that's very thick all in there, but I love it. It's very textural. You get a nice, lovely texture when you work with woven fabric. And of course I did put in some laces, so they made it very textural, and then this is very textural as well. And I like the different lengths of things, and then of course the stitching adds texture as well. And as I said, I didn't like when I first started, but then when you get it going, you know, just persevere, unless it's really continuing to look like a dog's breakfast, and then don't persevere. Don't waste your time. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll put some close-up photographs, and I will see you again soon. Bye.